A quarterback today, Cam Ward will be taking the field at Miami's Pro Day. It will be a chance for him to show off his arm after opting not to do so at the Combine. Ward is expected to go high in the draft, with some predicting him to go #1 overall to the Titans. Live from Miami. I'm sure he's not mad about it. Sweet Lou, our guy, Louis Riddick. But we know you're all business. Louis, great to have you here with us, as always. Tell me this. Who is the best player in this year's draft?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cam for a number of different reasons. You know, first and foremost, one, because of the position that he plays and the way in which he plays it, I think elevates him above the other guys in this draft who other people are going to argue for, you know, who are obviously just tremendous talents, and they're going to have, you know, a high degree of impact from day one when they step onto the field. But I think what people underestimate about Cam is just this. Look, his exploits on the field speak for themselves as far as his ability to process pre-snap, process post-snap, deliver the football with a lightning-quick arm, great arm strength, great touch, throw outside the pocket, where he's all was in the top of college football this year from a QBR perspective and all those different disciplines, whether it be thrown under pressure, thrown against the blitz, outside the pocket, all those things. The thing that people are missing with this guy that I think really is going to really resonate with people at the organization that he ultimately goes to, which should be the Tennessee Titans, is his leadership. He is a truly unique individual who is no BS when it comes to setting the tone and leading an organization, leading a football team, leading a program, just like he did when they brought him here to Miami. Look, Mario Cristobal, the head coach here at Miami, played on some of the great teams in the history of college football down here. You know, everybody knows what the U brought to the table and the kind of players that he played with. And he told me, you know, with a straight face, Cam Ward is the best leader he has ever seen, that he's ever been around. And when he came in here from Washington State, when he went from Pullman down here to Miami, down here to Coral Gables, he really put his hands around the throat of this program in a good way and said, look, this is my program now, and you're going to do it the way I want it done because we're trying to win big ball games here, and we're trying to put the U back on the map. And he did just that, and everyone fell in line. And once they saw that he was able to back up his talk with this play on the football field, everybody fell in line, and this offense ascended to great heights. And I'm telling you, he's going to do the same thing when he gets to the pros. He'll have that same kind of respect, same kind of cachet, and his play on the field is going to speak for itself because he truly is a remarkable player.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to make America very, very uncomfortable here, okay? You see, Shannon, stay with me, Shannon, because I'm going somewhere with this. Mr. Chippendales, chilling on the University of Miami, you know, coming on the air. This is the problem. I want you to know, if you are a parent out there and you have a son who can play some ball, you want to get to know Louis Riddick, because my God, is this brother going to shower you with praise, okay? And deservedly so, because the man knows his football. But there's a flip side to this, Louis, okay? I mean, damn, you can't have everybody. We understand how you feel about Cam. You've been saying it for a while. But we also heard you say damn near the same things about Shedeur Sanders. So what I'm saying to you is this. I'm with you, bro. I'm with it, Shannon. When y'all go in the air and y'all rave about these dudes' character, their work ethic, and how they're an additive, not a subtraction to any team, I feel you on that. I feel you. But at the end of the day, I got to hear some delineation, some difference between the two to decide who's better than who.
Let
and
Louis
sometimes
to that
Louis Riddick is
okay.
hard, bro.
Okay.
It's hard.
Well, you didn't ask me that question. You didn't
I'm
ask
just
me
saying.
that question. If
That's what I want to know. That's what the people want to know.
Okay, if you're asking me what's the delineation between Shedeur and Cam, I'm going to tell you right now, it's just raw horsepower. Cam's arm has more horsepower. It just does. He'll be able to make the unique throw. Look, Shannon will tell you, Shannon played with one of the great quarterbacks of all time when you're talking about horsepower in his arm. Everything didn't have to be perfect for John Elway. I lived it. I saw it. I saw the ball go over top of my head because of that horsepower.
That's what I need to hear.
That's the difference between these two. Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Way to go. Way to go. That's what I needed to hear. That's what I needed to hear. Go ahead, Shannon.
I think, Louis, for me, the best player in the draft, I think, is Travis Hunter for the simple fact his unique ability. So I'll ask you this. Do you believe Cam is a better quarterback than Travis is at cornerback. Because the thing is, the value is there always will be more value in a quarterback than any other position because he's going to touch the ball 65, 70 times, and he's going to impact the game in a different way. And so for me, when I look at Travis and his unique skill set, I believe he's a better corner than he is a wide receiver. I believe he's raw at wide receiver. He's not technically sound. Agreed. And when you go up against these guys, Lou, in the NFL who are technically sound, they make you pay. I need to see him consistently get off press coverage. I need to see him drop those hips, get in and out of break, and not be so reliant on athletic ability. That's not saying that he can't become great at wide receiver. But I think right now, I think he's just a natural cornerback because he had the all-time great cornerback as his head coach. So for me, I think the best pure talent, the best player in the draft for me is Travis Hunter because of his unique skill set.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I agree with you in the fact that I think, look, he's an instant Pro Bowl caliber corner. Instant. The guy has tremendous instincts, tremendous ball skills, route recognition, recovery speed. He's got all that. And he'll be a guy who can play spot, in spot situations at wide receiver that will work into it in terms of his ability to really master that position. And you know better than anybody the intricacies involved with being a pass catcher in the NFL. So, look, I think I agree with you there. And, look, I do agree that he's probably – he may be the best athlete in college football. Well, he was the best athlete in college football. He was the best all-around player in college football in terms of being able to master two positions at once, and he won the Heisman Trophy. I'm saying the best player when you combine everything, when you combine the position, when you combine the way in which they mastered the position and the way in which I think they are going to be able to have an impact at the next level, being at the NFL level from day one, I think Cam is going to be able to do that in a way that obviously is elevated a little bit because he plays quarterback. But that's why Cam Ward is going to be the number one pick in the draft because of the position that he does play. So, yeah, I'm cheating a little bit, and I love Travis. And, yeah, Stephen A., I love Shador. But Cam's the one. And if you're Tennessee, there's just no argument. There's just no argument. You don't even need to think about this. You're hanging up all callers who are calling up to trying to get the number one pick. No, nope, not open, nope.
All right, we got to leave it there. Lewis, appreciate you. Enjoyed Cam Ward's pro day down in Miami, and obviously you'll be all over ESPN all day with the official scouting report. Appreciate you, as always. Coming up on First.
One more question. In this free agency, man, I'm a free agent. I really don't got no job. Who should sign me in free agency?
I think New York need a quarterback right now.
New York? Who?
The Giants.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
All right, that prediction has officially come true. Over the weekend, Jameis Winston agreed to a 2-year, $8 million deal with the New York Giants. Shay, was this a good move by the G-Men?
I like it. I still think they should take a quarterback in the first round. You hear them flirting with Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't make any sense. To sign Jameis and still be interested in Aaron Rodgers, so that tells me you're definitely not going to go get a quarterback. And I think either one of these guys is just a 1 to 2 year solution. You need something long term. But I do like the Giants signing Jameis Winston because I like to see a young quarterback come in and learn the ropes and how to prepare and be a professional in the NFL. So I like this move.
All right, speaking of a quarterback.
Chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là cánh cửa. Mọi người, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là mái nhà. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nhé. Màu đầu tiên là mình sẽ xóa màu trắng đi. mọi người ở đây màu trắng nhá, màu trắng đây nha.